Welcome everyone to the House of Dre's podcast. I am your host, Dre himself. And on today's podcast, I wanted to just talk about the modern day workings in 2020s. There's a lot of shifts and changes that happen in the 2020s post-pandemic era. After the pandemic had hit and left, there's a lot of things that have changed about the modern day working. I want to have a discussion about it. But before we get started, I had to do some homework real quick, some cleaning up the house real quick. You can find the House of Dre podcast here on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pandora, and sometime on YouTube. So make sure you're following the podcast anywhere. Of course, if there's a spot that you would like the podcast to appear on that you listen to your podcast, just let me know and I will try to get there on there as soon as possible. If you're looking for just a podcast, talk about one topic, I'm talking about the wrestling world. WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling. You go over to Dre's Wrestling Talk podcast, available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. I do upload on that also. So let's get started. So with today's, so where is this coming from? I know some of y'all probably think, well, Andre, where is this coming from? I was thinking about this. My homeboy sent me something earlier this morning about works and stuff like that. And I was, it's been on my mind for a little while. I'm not gonna lie, it's been on my mind for a little while that the modern day working for us is no longer the same. So back in the day, I'm gonna say about the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, 50s, however far you want to go back. It was always you go to work, you work at this one company for as long as you can, you become loyal to that company as a person, and they pay you X amount of money, and you should be able to afford your lifestyle, the lifestyle that you like to live in, with the money that you're getting paid. Well, I'll say about 2010s, sometime in the 2010s, maybe late 2010s, up until now in 2026, that has changed. Not only has it changed just for everyday working people, but it's changed so much that the working things have just flipped on its head. So what am I talking about? So nowadays, nowadays, a lot of people are going to business for themselves, right? Whether that's food trucks, whether that's restaurants, um, creating their own, like their hobbies turned into a job, like you're selling Pokemon cards, or you create blankets and you sell blankets, something like anything like that. Insurance, you sell insurance and stuff. Um, of course, I was about to say, what was it? Taxes and stuff like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. People are starting to go into business more on their own compared to just working for some company. And I think the reason for it is because it's the exhaustion of getting up every single day, Monday through Friday, and working for this company. And then the company, when it comes to that money raise and stuff, the company hold on to as much money as possible and give you a little bit and not enough to survive. And I definitely understand that. As y'all know me, I work Monday through Friday, right? I work Monday through Friday at my job. And I got to the point to where I'm like, I need more money. And a yearly raises just doesn't hit no more, in my personal opinion. I don't think the current economy, you cannot the current economy make it to where you cannot just live with just yearly raises. You need monthly raises. You need at least every 3 months, every 90 days, there needs to be some sort of money increase for the work that you put in. If not for the work that you put in, for the time that you getting out of your house, leaving your house to come be an employee to help push whatever product or push whatever you need to push for your company, especially if you're not on salary. Not a lot of us can. Not a lot of us is on salary because they want you to have degrees and stuff like that. But I'm not to the point to where I've been working since I was 16. 16. I've been working since I was 16. I'm 31 now. Do the math. Been working since I was 16, and I've slowly got up. I've slowly learned skills and stuff that I don't need college for. You know what I'm saying? I don't need college for to get these skills that I've accessed. I started off as a cart pusher, and then I learned how to do a cashier. Then I learned how to work in a back room, learn how to do deli, learn how to stock, learn how to. I go from there. Then I learned how to drive a order picker and a stand up, and learn from there to learning how to do merchandising and planos, and then learning now I'm on forklifts and like regular stocking stuff. Then I got to the point where I'm like, all right, I've learned so much within these years. I don't feel like I'm getting. I don't feel like. I mean, of course, when I started off at 7.25 an hour, right? Because that's the minimum wage in Oklahoma. It has been for a very long time. And that was back in 2011 when I started working. When I started working in 2011, I was getting paid 7.25 an hour. Not bad, especially when just a high school kid just trying to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Not too bad, not too shabby, not too shabby. I thought. But as time went on, yes, I have increased it and stuff. But it's going from job to job to get these increases. It wasn't like I'm staying at this job to get this massive increases because it's being not only is it being shown, but you're pretty much getting told that no matter how long you stay at whatever job, you don't hit those double digits. Okay, if you start at 725, you don't hit double digits until what, year 7, year 8 at the job. Get 725, and they tell you that we can only give you a certain amount of money. So they're not going to give you the max money that you think you deserve, and they think you deserve it because they have to make up an excuses as to why you don't get that. So instead, instead, they give you, let's say, 50 cents. So 725 to 50 cents, that's 775. That's year one. And then let's say for the rest of the years, you get 50 cents every single year. About time you hit double digits. I mean, what are we looking like? Let me do some math real quick. I ain't bring out my calculator for all this. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie at all. But if you start off at 725 and you get that 50 cent raise, you get that 50 cent raise. 1 year, you're at 775. Year two, you're at 825, right? Year three, 875. Year four, 925. Year five, 975. So it take you to year six. It would take you 6 years to hit double digits. It's starting at 725 an hour. It'll take you 6 years before you actually get to double digit making money. I mean double digit per hour. 6 years is gone of your life and you've been at one spot and now you hit double digits for the very first time. That's not stable. Not in this economy. Now, of course, I get it. A lot of places, yes, while the minimum wage is at 725, a lot of companies are not hiring at 725. They're in double digit. They're already in double digits, getting paid 10, 13 bucks an hour. What you're gonna have to maximize and fight against what we are going against right now because of everything that went up. Everything that's went up, and it's bad because when stuff goes up and we're not getting paid enough to match that, we have an issue, people. We have an issue. I'm just saying, we do have an issue. And like I said, I understand that some companies are gonna make like it's, I. How do I explain this? I understand not trying to over boost your value or something. I don't know, but to make your especially, but these are billionaires. You know what I'm saying? These are millionaires. These are billionaires. What do you mean you can't afford to pay your employees extra money? That's crazy to me. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't. Why can't I believe it? Why would I believe it? Yes, it's a $1 million franchise. This is a $1 million franchise, and some companies become billionaire franchise, and you can't pay your employees more money. Why is that? I don't get that part. I don't get that part at all. But the shifts. So, but shifting. people are getting comfortable. Like I said, people are getting very comfortable at turning their hobbies into careers, making that their full time job. YouTube was a hobby that people uploaded and because they enjoy what they do, and they wanted to see if other people enjoy what they do. And then it makes a flip, and now people are turning just this hobby into a real job that they go into every single day, that they do, they can loosely do up until they hit a certain point to where they don't need to upload as much. They can upload 2, 3 times a week, twice, 3 times a week, and still hit those views, and you don't have to worry about working like that. Not only that, but you're setting your own schedule. There's a handful of YouTubers that I know that went to college, or was actively in college, and then they dropped out of college to do YouTube full time, and it's been working for them. Now, content creation in general has taken over your regular 9 to 5 jobs. Now, some of those content creators going out of control saying, "Oh, it's a harder job than working on it." It's not. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. If I can literally just wake up every day and all I had to do was record a podcast or record a thought process, and that's it, and I get to upload and I get to chill out for the rest of the day, I can do that 7 o'clock in the morning. I'll be done by 8 o'clock. I mean, I'll be done by 8:30, 9 o'clock at the latest, and I'm good for the rest of the day. Come on now, be for real, be for real. Especially the ones that go live every day, the ones that go live every single day. Come on now, come on now, come on now. It's not that hard. It's content creation. It's not that hard. The what makes it hard is not being original. That's what makes it harder. That's what makes it hard. Other than that, you're good. You're good to go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. But since content creation has taken over the new generation, especially in the 2020s, a lot of people are shifting from just the regular jobs to content creation, which I personally understand. I would love to make this full time, but it ain't working for me. I ain't gonna lie, it's not working for me. So I don't work full. So I don't do content. It's also my fault. Inconsistency, not uploading enough. Not that's me. But at the same time, I have to see the results. If I'm doing something original and no one's looking, I'm not going to continue doing it. That's just me, though. But with content creation becoming so major into the working force, now there's people who does the YouTube content creations. They do the TikTok content creations. They do shorts and stuff. Um, they do shorts and stuff creations. And then, of course, you got the people who do OnlyFans. It's still content creations, and they still getting paid. No matter how much you hated people, they are getting paid to barely show off anything, to show off a thigh. They got paid. I don't know what to tell y'all. I wish I could show off a thigh and get paid, but I can't do that. I think y'all let me know. No, y'all let me know. Hold on, wait a second. Hold on. No, do that pay all my bills, boy. Stop. Let me go show a left thigh. Wait a second. It's the left. It's ashy too. No, no, let me stop. But that's just the correct. That's where we at now in the modern workforces. So people like me and my lady, we go to work. It's not a lot of people look at it. Some people like, yeah, you going to work, but why you not putting your effort in doing X, Y, Z? I work, man. I got work. I got children. I got bills to pay. I ain't got time to hope something pops out. I got stuff. I got to pay stuff. I got to pay stuff. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I got to pay for stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I would love to do it. I don't have the time or the money to do it. I'm not gonna do it. Sorry. Y'all just get it as a hobby. The hobbies are hobbies for a reason. Hobbies are hobbies. Got an article. Of course, I'm gonna reference off this article. I'm not even gonna read the articles. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna reference the articles. The remote versus hybrid jobs. These are the people who are allowed to multitask to where you can do your job at your house, or you can go into the office. My mother, my mother has a job to where she can actually do both. She can either stay at home and do her job, but if they need her in the office, of course she's dreading going to the office because maybe she didn't put gas in her car that day. She may got a flat tire or something. So she actually had to get up and go. She don't want to do all that, which I understand. She worked so hard in learning her skill sets and stuff to where she could stay at home and do her job and do it efficiently. I think she even do better work while she's at home than she is in the office being bothered by people. But people that work in the warehouses like me, I don't have that opportunity to do that. Warehouse people don't have that. We don't have that opportunity. But it's increasing, and people are valuing, why am I coming in again? Why am I coming in again? This also falls into the fact that a lot of people are switching from the 5-day work week to the 4-day work week. What do you mean, Andre? 4-day work week. You work 4 days. Normally, normal days that I've heard is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you're off Friday and Saturday, Sunday to recover from the work week. Studies have showcased this, by the way. Studies have showcased that it's better for people to work 4 days and have a 3-day recovery. I mean, it's better for people to have a 3-day recovery because you're spending one day recovering from the work week in general, and then the next day you're so busy doing all this extra stuff because you didn't do it on you didn't get to do it. And you need 3 days. You need a day for recovery. You need a day to do all your stuff, and you need a day to get prepared for the new work week. That's why you need 3 days. And I agree. I've got to the point to I agree. I'm getting older, and my tolerance of knowledge is people because I I don't like people. I don't like people. I'm not people are cool, but I'm tired of looking at them. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of looking at them. I would rather work 4 days a week. Give me 10 hours to work. I'd rather do that than the 5 days. I had the 4 days, but I had to change it. I had to change it for personal life stuff. But if that was not the case, I would still be no comment. Hold on. Sorry, I got distracted. I got the game going on in the background. I got this man Austin Rivers doing an interview. I said, bro, you're supposed to be still beating the league right now. What are you doing? That's not the point. But anyway, sorry. But the 4-day work week is perfect. A lot of people will probably refer that. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to get a push at my job, and there's a pushback for whatever reason, but they don't like changes, and that's something where when you don't like changes like that, that's where employees start moving around and not trying to stay long, and that's why being at the house and working off of your laptop, or your computer, or whatever, sounds so much more enticing than need to go inside the building and work. That's a hybrid. That's a hybrid. You could do both. You're perfect. You know what I'm saying? You could do both of them at the same time. I think a lot of there's probably a lot of companies to where they say, no, you can do it at home and you don't have to come in ever. And they probably come in once every 2, 3 months. First time just to see, hey, just checking on everybody, just making sure we know who you are. Quite honestly, that's pretty much it. I mean, other than that, they're not calling people in the office like that, which is good. Which is good. That is a new norm that's slowly coming. It's definitely slowly coming. Um, another thing, another thing, I personally believe is the companies who are not involving with the modern times. What does that mean? People that work in warehouses like me. I work in warehouses. Like I said, I work in a warehouse. We don't need to work 5 days. We need to switch that. But since they're stuck in their old ways of, yeah, you need to work 5 days, it's like a refusal to change with the times. And employees' engagement, employees caring, a lot of employees just stop caring after a while of doing the exact same thing for so many times, for so many years. Being at one company for 7 years, 8 years, 9, 10, 11, 12 years, you're there because you're there because it's consistent with you getting paid. However, however, after they are tired of the BS and they're gonna go look for a different job and they need something different. And they're trying to, and before they do it, because they've been there for so long, I think after my personal opinion, I think after 5 years with a company, you are trying your best to make a change. You're trying to make the best make a change. You want to see us, let's do this, let's do this different stuff. And then when it comes like, nah, we don't want to do that. Then you're like, hey, bro, I've been here for 5 plus years. I've been doing this for 5 plus years. We need to make a change. And you're not trying to help us make the change. They start and they'll start looking for different jobs, But if they can't find nothing that they actually want to do or can do or want to do, their lack of giving a crap about anything just goes down the drain. They just stop caring and they're like, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We don't want to do this anymore. We don't want to do this anymore. And that's the reality. That's a real big time reality. And I don't know how many of the old school companies think like that. I know some of the old school folks, if y'all listen to this podcast, first of all, shout out to you. But second of all, I understand you guys like, why you young folks just don't want to do like, yeah, but it's not sustainable anymore. That's why we're trying to make a change to working. We're gonna work. We're gonna work. We just want to make it better while we're working. That's what the thing is. And if a company refuses to change and accommodate that with their employees, you could. Now, apparently on this article, they're saying the well-being and mental health crisis. I can't, I can't say yes and no to that. And the reason why I'm saying yes and no to that, because I feel as though you still get punished despite needing to take you need to take time away. If I text my boss right now and let him know I'm taking a personal day, he probably gonna say, okay, that's it. That's it. He's like, all right. I did it last year. But that's it. When I come back, there's no you all right, you good, you doing all right? No, I just need a personal day. I need so I don't know how much I can say yeah, they care about your mental health or not. I can't say yay or nay on that. Well, in my field of work, I can't say yay or nay to that. So for me to ensure the employee, so my coworkers, make sure they good. I'm always checking up on them. How you doing? How you feeling? What you doing? All right? You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't think most of them ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my cat in the background. That is the diamond. Okay, she's part of the apparently she's part of the podcast, but shout out to her. But outside of that, who's gonna check up on them enough to make sure they good? You know what I'm saying? We used to have this woman who had who was having a breakdown at the job, and they just bypassed it. She had checked herself in into some personal stuff or whatever. She had checked herself in, and all we know is, oh, we don't know what's going on with her. Like shit, like there's signs, there's signs, and I was gonna say I have no idea. And your work in your field of work or something, maybe your personal help in crisis and stuff is better than mine. Hopefully it is. If it's not, you probably gonna have to. Like I said, I'm only there for the money, man. I'm only there for the money. All my ideas have been negated and pushed out. So I don't mean I don't think about that. I don't think about that. I don't think about that. Um, Relocation and working anywhere. Um, yeah, that's what we're like I said, money talks. I always say that money always talks. A lot of this young guy who used to work with me, he was like, he said, "Are you tied to this company?" I said, "No." I said, if a company comes by and offer me X amount of money, which is more money than I'm getting paid, I am out the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. Well, it depends on the job. That's one, but most likely I'm out the door because it's more money. I mean, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Forget all the are you tied down? Are you super loyal? Money, man. That's what I'm loyal to right now. I need my money. I need my money. So working anywhere, I'm starting to realize that maybe the applications I've been putting in haven't been correct way because I got my address and stuff on there, and my address showing a certain city location. So I'm like, let's remove that and say I'm in the state and see what happens. If I get a call back and stuff, then I know it's my fault. But I guess I'm qualified for so much stuff, and I got denied a lot. So I don't know. I don't think I can think of is my location. You don't think I can relocate? Isn't that something you want to have a conversation with? You know what I'm saying? I would hope so. I would hope so, but I don't know. You never know. Maybe somebody's more qualified than I am. I can't put it past nobody that said no. I don't think so. I can't say that because there's a lot of people that probably can do the exact same thing I do and has been doing it for younger than I have. So it is what it is. But working anywhere, that's yeah. People wants to do that. People want to work anywhere. People have preferred locations, people have preferred cities and states and stuff that they would love to work in. And if they get that opportunity, go. I got a homeboy right now. He's trying to move back home to Louisiana right now, and he's hoping it happens. Hopefully, it does happen for him, so he can be happier. If he's not happy, let him go. I never understood how companies, when an employee tells you that they're no longer happy in the position, or they're no longer at the company at this location, that you don't help them try to get to a happier spot. Okay, yeah, you losing one person, but and long term wise, it makes everyone else feel good. That if I needed to, I have backup. You know what I'm saying? I have backup. If I wanted to leave and go to Las Vegas and live there, that I can go to my job and tell them I want to move out that way, and not know. Oh, are you sure you want to do it? Oh well, man, that's a yes or no, man. That's a yes or no thing, man. I don't know. Yeah, but that's the thing out. The technology. So yeah, no, me and you have discussions. We have discussion about AI and what AI does and doesn't do. A lot of people pushes back on AI, and I told people that AI is going to be a tool that you're going to desperately need. And there's a lot of folks has a hard. I'm not using that. I ain't gonna never use that, and you're gonna be out of a job. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. A lot of systems, a lot of companies are starting to use AI to help pulling up certain things. I'm not gonna say it's all good because I have no idea what is it all happening with. But there are certain things that these AI systems are built to do. They're legitimate tools. They're tools to help with your standard job. If they say da 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 da, and you don't fully understand it, the AI system is there to help you understand it. Especially if you try to Google it and you're just scrolling for 15 minutes trying to figure out what does this mean, and then you type it in and then you actually put it in the AI system. The AI system, bro, this is what they're talking about. You're like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. Like I said, it's a back and forth thing. It's a back and forth thing. Um, use it as a tool. You use a laptop as a tool. You use Google as a tool. You use your calculator as a tool. You use a lot of things as a tool that you don't see as a tool because you use it so much. Everything's a tool. You can use everything as a tool. You be good to go. You know what I'm saying? It's learn it, understand what it does. You don't have to be a fan of it. Just understand what it does. Using things to record and the Zoom chats and all that. Those are all tools. Those are all tools, people. You know what I'm saying? Those are all tools. So just a reminder, just a little bit of a reminder. A lot of businesses, like with a lot of businesses that involve with technology and stuff, they are actively in trying to tell you up front that we are using AI systems to help out do da 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 da. You can push back against it all you want to. Understand what it do. Understand what it do so you don't be out the loop. I didn't say you have to be a profession, you have to use it 24. I'm not saying that at all. Just understand what this system can do, what this AI system is there to do. Understand it, learn it, and then you can keep that in your back of your mind that they're using da 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 da, and you're gonna need that information back. Because if they ask you to do summer up a hundred pages and sum up 100 pages, and you're like, I don't know how to do all of that, or summing this up lower, and you having trouble with it. The AI system can do it for you. You're not gonna take the opportunity, just reword it. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. I understand though. I definitely understand though. And we're just we're in a newer era. We're in a newer era with this work life. I'm out the loop of it, but I'm trying to understand it more often. How much it affects me, my lifestyle, how much it affects my family and stuff. And if this the new norm, where do I fit in at? And that's where I'm at. If this the new norm, where do I fit at now, and how do I make myself available to fit in this type of new norm, especially for work wise? I have to figure it out. I have to figure it out. You have to figure it out. I have to figure it out. We all have to figure it out because it's 2020s. We in 2020s. We're almost in 2030. People. We are 4 years away from 2030. And you think stuff the way it is now is different every single year. They're coming out with something new, something different, something and then the more you out of the loop, you be like, I don't know what's happening no more. That's what I've done. I've been out the loop so much and not in focus so much. I feel like I'm behind on everything. That's bad. That's bad for business, but you gotta learn it. Once you learn it, be good. You keep this. You got it, man. You got it. You got to get it. You got to get it. That's it. That's it. That's it for me for the podcast. The modern day work is no longer the same. So gone are the days are you getting up, you just go to work, you come home, you can pay your bills, and you call it GG. Most people are getting up to figure out a side hustle that they can turn to a real hustle. They are learning that instead of just coming in to work every single day, why not work for yourself? And they're learning how to do that. And actually, I didn't even talk about. I forgot to talk about the Uber Eats and stuff that took over the taxi business, the Uber Eats, the DoorDash, businesses like that, where you can drive, make your own schedule and stuff. I forgot all about that because people do that for a hustle. And then some people do it for a full time job. They know the ins and out of it and how much money they can make off of it and stuff like that. I said, some people who put out there when they say you can make $500 today or something, they're not lying. It's just so much work you're putting in to get that much money, though. You put wear and tear on your car and stuff, but you work for yourself. You start whenever you feel like starting. You stop whenever you feel like stopping. If you don't feel like it, you don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have. There's no consequence. Well, your consequences is what you need to pay or whatever. But that's up to you. That's what I'm saying. Everything's up to you. Yeah, it's a different world, man. It's a different world. If you asked me back in 2010 and while I was in high school, um, if you told me this is what the world will look like in the future, I'd be like, oh, I don't see that, but okay, well, okay. I probably would have try to find who knows, who knows. I take that back. Who knows? I can't say I'll just go to college or something. I'll probably learn a trade or something. I don't know. Maybe that's the best thing some of us need to do is learn trades and stuff. You know, I mean, sit down with programming and stuff. Man, I just want to create, man. That's all I want to do. I just want to create my own stuff, man. Y'all know I'll be writing these books. That's all I want to do is create. That's just me. But hey, I'm tired of talking to y'all. I know y'all probably tired of listening to me. Y'all let me know down in the comment sections your thoughts on the modern day work in the 2020s. Where do you see the future headed with all these new technology and all this changing of the guard? Basically, this is changing of the guard in general. You're no longer in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s way of you work here, you get paid, you get good, you da 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 da. You can afford this. Nowadays, with prices and stuff going up, gas going up, stupidity going up, you got to find a different hustle other than just your regular Monday through Friday. Don't worry, I am working on it. Is it gonna be successful? Mentally, I can't do that. It's just how I'm built, man. I'm just unbuilt. But I will catch you guys on the next podcast, or if you're listening to this on your audio streaming, and you guys know in between podcasts, there's something random pops in. But until then, I will catch y'all on the next podcast.